babaganoush. Alright, so a few ingredients you will need. Eggplants, 1 lemon, some olive oil, preferably extra virgin olive oil, some of the good shit. You can use cheap stuff, doesn't really matter. I won't judge you. Garlic, salt, tahini, and if you have it, some pomegranate and some parsley just for garnish. A couple of utensils you'll need. A potato masher. You can just use a fork if you want. A fork, a knife, and just a couple of bowls. Alright. So the first thing you want to do. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is get your fork and just spike your eggplants. This just helps to distribute the heat more evenly through the eggplant, especially if you have some big old boys like these guys. Alright, so literally, this is a good one to vent some anger. Just stab the shit out of your eggplant. You can envision someone's face on the eggplant if you want. Maybe your partners, you know, people are spending a lot of time together now. Your housemates, whoever you don't get along with. I'm picturing this as ScoMo right now. So just stabbing it kind of all around. Pretty much just as deep as the fork will go. Alright, that's it. Now, you want to start cooking these. Preferably you'd want to do this over an open flame, gas, coal barbecue, whatever you have. Unfortunately, all I have is shit induction heating. This is the first time I've done this. Let's see how it goes. So you literally just want to put your eggplants over the heat and leave them until they're soft, turning periodically.
So when you have like an open flame, you would literally just put them like straight onto the open flame?
Straight onto the open flame, that's right. Preferably an open flame because that gives it a much more smoky flavor, which is what you're looking for in a baba ganoush, basically. A nice smoky eggplant flavor. Alright, so now we just let those cook away. This is a perfect time to drink a coffee, wine, beer, vodka, whatever you fucking want to do. It's still early. I had to get up early to make this video for my friends, so I'm drinking a lot of coffee right now. Cheers.
Damn.
Alright, so my eggplants have been cooking away for a couple of minutes now. Just been turning them periodically. As you can see, they have a nice char on them at this point. I'd say these bad boys are only a couple minutes off. Basically what you're looking for is for the eggplant to just be cooked all the way through. The best way to tell that is simply just by giving it a little poke, and you'll feel there's no resistance left in the eggplants, basically.
And it doesn't really matter if they're charred to shit on the outside, or that's kind of what you want?
That's kind of what you want.
Yeah.
That's where you get a lot of the smoke flavor from. You want to char your eggplants on a high to medium high heat, basically. That's it. We'll come back to those in a couple of minutes, and they should be ready to go. All right, so These eggplants are pretty much done now. As you can see, they're very charred. Just by touching them, there's almost no resistance whatsoever. So these guys are good to go. So you just want to chuck them into a bowl. As you can see, I made an absolute fucking mess of my induction burner, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Alright. So now what you want to do is just wrap these up. What that does is just keeps in some of that moisture that's steaming off of the eggplants and just helps them to cook the rest of the way through. You can use alfoil, glad wrap, whatever you have, doesn't really matter. Alright, let me just let those guys fucking hang out for a bit. In the meantime, we'll get some of our mise en place prepared. Garlic. 2 to 3 cloves, depending on how much you like garlic. We like garlic a lot in our household, so I'm probably going to use 3. Alright. So the easiest way to break down a garlic clove is you want to just... Garlic clove has one tough end on it. You'll be able to see it's like a hard kind of woody bit. Just want to cut that off. Hit it a little bit, not too hard, you don't want to smash it. You just want to give it a light tap. And that just helps loosen the skin right up. Makes it very easy to peel. Just like that. Remember to always clean as you go. Just makes everything a lot easier. Alright. Next thing you want to do, parsley for the garnish, you want to wash your herbs. Always want to wash your herbs. It just helps remove any grit, sand, just things in general.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus. Just shake off as much excess water as you can. Okay, so once you've washed your herbs, you just want to pick them down. The easiest way to do this is just grab it by the stalk and just kind of loosely picking off the leaves. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're just going to rough chop these afterwards anyways.
So like a little bit of stalk is okay?
A little bit of stalk is fine, yeah. You just don't want any of this woody part. This part of the parsley is quite tough, but you know, a little bit underneath the leaf is fine. It's still soft enough to chop up.
So it's more about the texture than the flavor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm going to teach you how to break down pomegranate. So what you want to do is just cut him in half. Oh, and shout outs to Paige and her family, by the way. She was kind enough to deliver these to us from her farm down south. Beautiful, beautiful pomegranates. Okay. So you want to grab something heavy and sturdy to beat the shit out of your pomegranates with. Just hold it upside down in your hand, just like this, and just kind of tap. And the pomegranate seeds will start to come out. Alright, that'll be enough for our garnish. And then all you need to do to finish this is just, there'll be some pith from the eggplants. You just want to go ahead and pick those little bits out. Just like that. And that's it. Alright, set those aside. Quickly clean up your boards. Okay, so now our eggplants should be soft enough and ready to peel. Just want to touch them, make sure they're nice and soft. Beautiful. Okay. Now we start peeling.
So just pulling it off with your fingers?
Exactly.
And
yeah, just breaking away the loose charred skin. You want to do this while they're still warm, which obviously sometimes can be a bit too hot for your fingers. If that's the case, just put on some disposable gloves. Alright, just get as much of the skin off as possible. You don't need to get it all off, a little bit of skin's fine. Okay, so this is what your eggplant should look like once it's peeled. As you can see, there's still a little bit of skin on there, but majority of it is off. Then what you want to do is just kind of pinch it just underneath the tip of it there and squeeze it off. And that's it, we're ready to make some fucking bubba. So, eggplants, tahini, lemon, garlic. 3 ingredients you need to make baba ganoush. I like to put some cumin in mine personally. Just kind of makes it better. All right. Always important to stir your tahini. As you can see, it kind of naturally, the oils kind of split from the sesame seed. So it's important that you just stir it just to emulsify it all again.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, and for 2 large eggplants, you want to use approximately 1/4 cup of tahini, but you can always add more to taste as you go along.
Are you just using your chef instincts for a quarter of a cup?
Pretty much, yeah. So that's about a quarter of a cup. All right, your lemon juice. You want to just roll your lemons, applying a little bit of pressure. It just helps loosen up all of the juice in the lemon, and you'll just get more juice from your lemon, basically. Good little trick.
Would you do that for anything that you're juicing?
Yeah, definitely. Oranges, limes, any kind of citrus fruit that you're juicing. All right, chop that motherfucker in half. Just put your hand underneath the lemon as you squeeze it. This will just help stop any of the seeds from going in. You can use a strainer if you want, whatever. This is just easy.
Are you trying to stop like the, I don't know, flesh from going in, or?
It does a little bit as well, but it doesn't really matter. A little bit of flesh in there is okay. You're gonna mash it all together anyways. It's just the seeds mainly that you want to avoid getting in there. So 1 whole lemon, I'd say that's approximately 3 to 4 tablespoons worth of lemon juice. All right. Now our garlic. I'm going to use a microplane for my garlic. It's because I'm fucking awesome. But if you don't have a microplane, it's very easy to mince garlic with a knife. Just smash it. Give it a rough chop. Like so. You want to get a little bit of salt. This is used just as an abrasive.
So the coarser the salt, the better?
Pretty much, yeah. And then you just want to get the edge of your knife and kind of crush and drag at the same time. Just like that. And there you go. Crushed garlic.
If you don't have a microplane, could you do it with a grater, or is that too chunky?
Grater would definitely be too chunky. If you don't have a microplane, just do it by hand with a knife. Just as easy, if not easier. All right, so we've got our 3 main ingredients for baba ganoush there. We have your charred eggplants, garlic, lemon juice.
And tahini.
And tahini, of course. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of cumin in mine. I'd say about half a teaspoon. A little bit of salt.
Like ground cumin over seeded cumin, or it doesn't really matter?
Ground cumin. Definitely ground cumin. All right. Potato masher.
Well, that sounds delicious.
So the most important part about making baba ganoush delicious is just getting that balance between the tahini, the eggplants, the garlic, and the lemon juice. So we will kind of taste and season as we go. You can have your baba ganoush as kind of as mushed or as chunky as you want. Me personally, I kind of like it somewhere in between. Just like that. Okay, now the fun part, we get to start tasting. So just give it a taste for seasoning. Just to see if it needs anything. Definitely a little bit of salt. Might put a little bit more lemon juice in there.
And if you're cooking for other people, you wouldn't just put the spoon straight back in the bowl?
Of course not. We'll use a clean spoon every time.
But it's just me, so meh.
Alright. So that's our babaganoush done. Just a beautiful balance of smokiness, acidity, the tahini, the garlic. That's it. Alright, so now we just need to plate up. So get your bubba, bang it in a bowl.
Bang the bubba in a bowl?
Bang the bubba in a bowl. Bubba, ooh. Just like that. Alright. Some nice olive oil. Some nice little drizzle. Just like that. Your parsley that we picked earlier. Just give that a little choppy chop. Just kind of bunch it together. Just a nice little rough chop like that. Your pomegranates that we prepared earlier. A couple of those over the top. And there you have it, babaganoush. I would suggest eating this with some pita bread, some nice bread. Yeah, that's it. Bon appetit.